What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. On today's episode, we'll be breaking down Game 2 coming up tonight, a late game, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central Time against the Milwaukee Bucks. Game 2 in the first round playoff series. The Bulls, they got a big test coming up. What can they do? What will they do? Will they build upon the things that looked good in last game to try to build and maybe run away with the victory here before heading back home to Chicago for games 3 and 4? We're talking about all that and some more right after our intro.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
All right, Bulls fans. So game 2 coming up tonight against the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bulls, who did quite a bit of things good defensively with activity, other things in that first game. Can they build upon that while shooting better? And then will that be enough to get past the Milwaukee Bucks? Now, the Milwaukee Bucks did not have the best shooting night themselves in game 1. So be on the lookout for them to try to come out and play better themselves. But what the Bulls did defensively, I think, is a blueprint as far as what the Bulls can, with effort, with matching physicality, with, taking advantage of turnovers, getting out in fast breaks. These are the things that the Bulls can do to make this series interesting and continue to make it interesting. One of the biggest things that the Bulls can do, if the Bulls, by chance, can steal game 2 before heading back into Chicago to head back home with some momentum, we're looking at a different series. Now, is it likely that that's going to happen? No, right? Let's be fair here. One of the things that I always try to do here is be honest and with the way that I talk about the team, be honest in just everything. So is this likely? No, especially with the way that we saw the Bulls play down the stretch. But the thing is, it's definitely possible. It's definitely something that's possible for this team to do. Now, one thing that I hope that this team does as well is shoot the ball better. And that's one thing that you're going to hear from everyone from top to bottom. Had the Bulls shot better in last game, the Bulls would have won that game. Now, another thing that could be said is that had the Bucks shot better, the game could have been even more out of hand for the Chicago Bulls. So, both teams are going to be aiming to shoot better. Both teams are going to be aiming to keep up that intensity defensively and see what happens. The one thing that the Bulls can control, the one thing that is in their control is the intensity that they play with, the heart that they play with. And that's one of the things that I've been talking about heading into the series, heading at the bottom half of the season, is the heart that this team maintains and plays with. And we saw a lot of that really in several ways in game 1. Now, it's going to be key. Can we see more of that? Can we see that focused more while playing better basketball on the offensive end of the game, offensive end of the floor, I should say? Can all those things happen? It's going to remain to be seen. Alex Caruso, who a lot of people were worried if he's hurt, he's down on the injury report, thank God. Only people on the injury report are Matt Thomas and Lonzo Ball. So we're going to have everybody out there for whatever that means, whatever that's worth. But what can this team do? What does this team do differently than last game? What are some of the things that they build upon? I call last game a stepping stone game. And the reason why I called it that is because it's very much a game that you can build off of and step in the right direction and use to say, hey, we showed that we at least belong here. We showed that we can contend here, right? That we can play with this team. Now that needs to be maintained. You see some people who are going to say Patrick Williams need to be more aggressive. I'm not against that at all. But one of the things that I do want to say is that if Patrick Williams is guarding Giannis and staying out of foul trouble, how much do we really need to expect from him on the offensive end? Now, in times where Giannis is not out there, definitely, and Patrick Williams is, definitely we need to see more aggressive Patrick Williams. But if with Vooch playing the game that he did last game, yes, he didn't shoot the ball extremely well at all. But with the effort that he showed, the effort that he showed rebounding-wise, those type of things, paired with Patrick Williams playing the defensive game that we know Patrick Williams can play, and if Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan can shoot the ball much, much better from the field, this team definitely has a chance against the Milwaukee Bucks. This is back to the team that has a fighting chance against anyone if they shoot the ball well, and play intelligently. The off-the-ball movement as well has to come back. Derrick Jones Jr. played very well in his minutes out there, using his length, using his athleticism. Didn't shoot the ball too well either, but we understand that. He didn't take too many shots, but we need him. We need his size. We need this athleticism. We need Tristan Thompson as well to be in his minutes that he's out there, to be aggressive on the boards, attacking the boards, to be aggressive with getting the Bulls extra possessions. Scoring or not, I'm not really looking for that from Tristan Thompson. I'm looking for him to get the team extra possessions with his activity, and he can very well do that as well. This is not going to be an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. It's not going to be one of those games that the Bulls can just come in and say, hey, we did some things defensively. That means we can be right in there. No. This team has to be concerned in their effort. They have to be focused in the way that they execute. We need all that from the Chicago Bulls team. And Ayo Dosunmu. I know a lot of people talked about Ayo Dosunmu and had questions about why Ayo Dosunmu is not playing more minutes. And I will say that I'm right there up there with you guys as well. I understand the fact of, how Ayo's played against the Milwaukee Bucks in the past. I can understand some hesitation there to say, hey, earn it. One thing that I will say is that Ayo's going to have to play aggressive in the minutes that he's out there. He's going to have to attack the ball defensively. He's going to have to take his shots confidently that he gets, wide open ones, and let the minutes come to him. One thing that Billy Donovan has always shown with Ayo Dosunmu is he's going to trust him as long as he's playing well. Ayo needs to play well in this game. Let the minutes come the way the minutes come. Has Kobe White unlocked something? One of the things with playoff basketball is we see players build up confidence, and that they can ride that out a series. They can ride that out a whole playoffs. He came in and he played very solidly in game one. Does that give Kobe White some confidence to build off of in his first playoff series in his career? Looking to see how that continues to go. We know Kobe's going to get his minutes, right? Billy Donovan has showed just about Kobe's going to get his minutes, and if Kobe's not playing well, then I think we're going to see more of Ayo Dosunmu, especially if Ayo Dosunmu's playing confidently. What are some of the keys you guys are looking out for this game? What are some of the players that you are looking to step up outside of just our big three to help us win this game? What are the chances you are giving the Bulls to win this game? And if the Bulls can steal this game to go into Chicago with some momentum, how do you think that changed the outlook of the series heading to games 3 and 4 in the United Center? Let me know all that down below. Make sure you're following the podcast at Bulls Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullscentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text or voicemail, you can do so at 773-270-2799. That's it for me for today, guys. See red, don't be red. Go Bulls. Love you guys. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Breaks Media.